All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Peak to Middle School. My name is Narwhal, and I'm here with my buddy, Jordan.
Yeah. I'm filling in for Kyle again because
Kyle has the flu.
Kyle's always gone.
Literally, I mean, he's done pretty good of, like, showing up most of the time, but he is sick, like, 99% of the episodes.
Yeah. He was sick, and then he had the mouth thing going on, or his wisdom teeth.
Yep.
And then he was gone in Spain.
And then he got sick again.
Now he's sick again.
And then he was healthy for like 2 days maybe, and then he got the flu. And what's so funny, we never talked about it on the episode, but one of these days, like about a month ago, right before we started recording, Kyle and I were debating about the flu shot, and he said, "I don't believe in the flu shot." And I'm like, "What do you mean you don't believe in it?"
Rookie.
He's like, "Oh, I think it's like just stupid because every time I get a flu shot, I get sick after. Like I get a cold." And I'm like, "Yeah, but
it's not the flu. It's not like as bad as it would have been."
Yeah, and like your body's fighting it off." And he's like, "I don't know, man. Like my sister and I have both never gotten flu shots, and we've never gotten the flu."
All right. Well, this is live telling you need a damn flu shot.
I know, man. But I asked him, I'm like, "So now that you got the flu, are you gonna get a flu shot?" And he's like, "Nope." He's just asking for it, dude. He's playing with fire. But anyways, guys, Shim is here with me today to be the co-host. If you guys are a loyal fan, you'll know that Shim was a co-host with me on 2 episodes in the past when Kyle was in the hospital. So Shim's no rookie to this. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, I come prepared.
And I want to read you guys Shim's text to me this morning because I texted him last night because I was like, desperate times call for desperate measures. I need a new co-host because we need to upload every single Monday and Thursday. So I texted him like, "Hey, bro, any chance you want to be on an episode of Pims with me tomorrow?" And he was like, "Yeah, like I'm really busy. Like I work like full time. I got class." But he's like, "But I'll do it." And I'm like, "That's my guy." Like I love that. And then this morning, I go, "Bro, if you're too tired or busy, no problem, man." I'm trying to tell him, like, dude, you don't got to come. Like, I can figure this out. I could do a solo episode. I could figure something else out. I could do one with Steve. And he goes, "I'm hella tired, got stuff on my plate, but we going to get this podcast in. I tell you that." And I love that energy, guys. That's just, I don't know. That's what I love I love that about you, Shim.
You got to grind. You got to just do shit, you know?
Yeah. See, if that was Kyle, he would say,
he'd be like, yeah, you're right. I am too tired. Thanks.
You're right. Maybe I shouldn't come. No, I'm kidding. Kyle's great. Kyle's been here for like almost every single episode. But we miss him. Send him messages. Tell him that you're gonna fart on his face to hopefully help him feel better. But anyway, Shim, how's it been? What have you been up to? You've been busy.
Been very busy. Still working full time.
Yeah.
Still doing online class. But
what classes are you taking? What are you
taking the most BS classes? I'm taking Criminal Justice 101. I'm taking Child Development, I think 101. And I'm taking an English class, like 271, but it's like a 101 class.
Okay.
And so I'm just writing essays. I'm learning about how to raise a baby, and I'm learning how to catch criminals.
Do you want to have a baby?
No.
Anytime soon?
Nothing related to anything in my life for the next at least 5-6 years. So
I mean, so in 6 years you might consider going to jail
or having a baby. Maybe both.
Yeah,
maybe both. Having a baby, then going to jail and
then being an absent father.
Being an absent father, exactly.
Wait, so in criminal justice, like, what do you learn about?
Right
like
now,
fighting crime, or
now, I'm just learning about the criminal justice system. And like the legislative branch, the judicial branch, the police officers. I'm
gonna be honest, I don't know any of the branches, dude. We had to learn those in like 10th grade or 9th grade.
Yeah, we had to learn like the Bill of Rights and the Constitution. I mean, I kind of know that, but I kind of don't.
I know like the Constitution, sorta. I don't know what the Bill of Rights. I don't know any branches.
We the
people of the United States.
I know that much.
That's it. That's all I got. All right, so things are going good. You're back on caffeine.
Oh yes, so I want to talk to you guys about that.
This is a learning experience.
Yeah, this is a good learning experience. So I follow this girl on Instagram. She's like pretty Instagram famous. She's like a
hot?
Fitness influencer. I don't really know. She's hot. Yeah. Fierce to Fit. If you want to go follow her, it's not any like publicity stunt. But she was she posted, she's like, I'm taking a caffeine break, or like I'm cutting my caffeine intake out because, and then she listed like 4 reasons. She goes, my digestion has been shit. She goes, I haven't, or like my hormones have been like all out of whack. And then she was also saying she was being too reliant on caffeine from a day-to-day basis to get things done. Okay. And I was like, this sounds a lot like me and my problems, because with full-time school, full-time work, and I'm trying to hang out with Kyle and John, and I'm trying to work out and eat a shit ton of food. Like, I'm literally...
You're like doing stuff the whole day.
From the time I wake up to the time I go to bed, I'm doing something the entire day. And so, naturally, I've been picking up the caffeine habit. And it's kind of fucked up how caffeine isn't illegal. Like,
do you think it should be
I
illegal?
think it should be illegal, dude. It's such a nice drug.
It's literally like a drug addiction.
It's
just not as bad as like. But yeah, it's like, and alcohol even. It's crazy that alcohol is legal, but they're never gonna make it illegal.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but besides that point, so she was saying her digestion was shit, and I was like, I've been having problems puking, especially with alcohol intake.
Yeah.
And then
for those of you who don't know, Shim like just pukes
for
like
the past
a lot.
2 months, 2.5, 3 months actually. Ever since I started working at 24 and drinking energy drinks.
Okay.
My digestion has just like halfway through a Red Robin burger, I'll just be like getting real nauseous and like feel super full. Like I just had a full on buffet, but it's only half a burger, and I'm like, I usually could put down like 1.5 burgers.
Yeah.
And so I've been curious to what was going on. And then past couple times I've been drinking with John and Kyle, I just yak so hard. And then I have like alcohol poisoning for the whole next day.
But I mean, that's probably a result of other things other than caffeine. Yeah. But like you shouldn't just be puking when you just go eat a regular burger, no alcohol,
like sober,
and then just puke. Like that doesn't really make sense.
And so I was looking online and reading more about energy drinks and like caffeine and the effect it has on your stomach and digestion. And apparently it really messes up your inner lining and like the inside of your gut and stomach. And so, and it also messes up like the pH and acidity balance in the stomach. And so it definitely makes it harder to digest. And then you guys were asking me, well, what about the pre-workout? And I'm like, I looked that up, and some pre-workouts can give you like diarrhea and some bowel problems. Yeah. But
as Kyle experienced.
Yeah, as Kyle experienced, but nothing like me puking up a burger.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it was just from honestly just drinking like at least 300 milligrams of caffeine every day for the past at least 3 months.
Yeah. I mean, like your body adjusts to it, but it still can't be good for you.
You know, and that's what Brett, being like a Rain sponsored person, he literally drinks it like every day.
I know. I always wonder, these people that are sponsored, or like maybe like someone who works for like Red Bull or Rain or like Monster.
They just have cases on cases.
Yeah, like, do you just drink that shit all day?
Yeah, is that like
every
your
day?
Is that water to you?
Because if you are like the CEO of like Red Bull, you want to rep Red Bull.
Yeah.
So you're probably going to drink a lot of Red Bull. But like, dude, there's got to come a point. I bet there's certain like high ups that like don't even drink their own product.
Like Coca-Cola or Pepsi, just like, I hate Coca-Cola.
Yeah, they probably never drink Coke, dude. Do you like soda? Like
I've never been a soda fan my entire life.
Even when you were like younger.
I've always been a juice guy.
Yeah.
Like grape juice, apple juice, lemonade, cran grape, Pog. Pog is top 3.
Dude, I love juice, but as I like got older, I realized
it's not juice.
It's literally just like sugar water, and it kind of like, it sucks, dude.
But yeah, I never enjoyed soda. The fizz always hurt my throat. Yeah, I'm pussy.
Yeah, dude. How can people chug sodas? Like chugging a Sprite? Like, what are you doing? So you've been on a caffeine detox.
I have been, and today.
So have you been having like no caffeine at all, like cold turkey, or just a little bit?
There's like 150 to 200 milligrams of caffeine in my pre-workout. So depending on how big of a scoop I take, it's gonna be in there. But it's nothing to like 300 plus. Yeah. So the max I've been taking a day is like 150 with my pre-workout before I work out. So it's actually useful.
Okay.
And then after that, I'm kind of just grinding through.
Yeah.
Well, and everyone says like withdrawals are real, and they are real. Like the headaches and like just feeling sluggish. And I'm like, just got to get through this like 14-day thing.
Yeah.
And then I'll feel better.
Yeah, it's crazy. It really is like a true addiction. Like there's like like you're physically addicted to it.
I'm literally craving it.
Yeah, that's so crazy how the body like, dude, I saw this video on Twitter or Instagram the other day of a girl like trying to get off like heroin, and she was with her family, and like I guess she like almost overdosed, but it was like a video to show the physical reaction of her body when she was trying to like when she was having heroin withdrawals.
Oh.
And dude, it's
was
like
she just freaking out.
It was nuts. Yeah, like she was like freaking out. Her like skin is like white, like literally white. She's like shaking. Like she basically was like trying to reason with her mom why she needs to go do heroin right now. And she's like, Mom, like I cannot live like this. And she was literally losing it. And it was so sad. And it was like a whole family intervention kind of like the dad was there, the siblings, everyone was there just like to like support her. But she was just like losing it. And dude, like I don't know. I can't even imagine trying to like, dude, I get addicted to sugar, man. I can't even go days without. I've been
having Skittles like every night for the past like 8 days.
Yeah, man. Like I can't even stop eating sugar. I can't even imagine like
heroin,
caffeine, or cigarettes, and then like to the next level, like heroin or like meth,
crack?
Dude. I don't know, man.
Stop doing heroin.
So do you feel like relieved now that you're drinking one for the first?
Yeah, so that brings us to today. So last night was my last night of closing. So we hired a new closer. I taught him how to close. And so
you don't have to work till midnight anymore.
I don't have to work till midnight anymore. I'm just 12 to 8 kind of guy.
Hell yeah.
And so I got home at like 12:30 a.m. last night. I ate until like 1:30, 1:45 a.m. I pretty much go home and eat until I try and puke. You know, it's like till I get to that point, and it's like, all right, I've done a good job. And then I got ready for bed, and I watched Narcos until like 3:30 a.m.
Oh, what season are you on?
Almost done with season 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then and now I'm here at like 9 a.m.
Yeah.
So
Shim's been grinding for you guys.
And so I am drinking caffeine, but it's for a good cause.
Yeah.
And it's like the first time I've drinking an energy drink in at least 7 days.
Hell yeah. There you go.
Yeah. Doing good.
Now you could like, after today, you could go like 8 days without an energy drink.
Or just go 21.
Or just another 7 days. Oh.
You know?
You want to go straight to 21 days.
Or 24 for Kobe.
I
should just do that. I should just take out every bad habit I am living with.
And do it for 24
days.
In honor of Kobe.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
And that way, like, I have motivation, like, mama mentality, bitch.
Yeah.
Gotta do this.
You're like, I really feel like I need caffeine today, but what would Kobe do?
What would Kobe do?
Yeah. I actually wanted to talk about Kobe a little bit. Obviously, as like, I'm sure every single one of you have heard, Kobe Bryant, legendary basketball player, one of the best of all time, died in him and his daughter and 8 others, I believe. Or
I think like teammates and
other parents died in a helicopter crash. Super tragic thing. I mean, I'm not really going to talk about like what happened and all the specifics because that's all over the news and everybody's heard about that shit. But what I did want to talk about is like, what did you think of Kobe? Like, did Kobe impact your life at all?
Yeah, well, I know I sent a text to you and Kyle or like a brief one, but definitely like, because I was born in 97, and then I didn't really understand or remember or know any players until like, I'd say 7 or 8 years old, at least. And so by that time, it was like 2004, 2005, and that was like, almost prime Kobe.
Yeah.
That was like raw Kobe.
Yeah.
And then that was also like raw D Wade. And that was like my position, point guard / shooting guard. And I was like, dang, I want to be like these people. Because Michael Jordan, obviously, GOAT.
Yeah, like, but we never really got to see him.
I never watched him. I never watched him, so I can't act like he's my like, I wanted to play like him.
Yeah.
And like, I wanted to like make my game, or I guess, resemble him. Yeah. But with Kobe and D Wade, I was like, well, especially D Wade, but Kobe too. I was like, ooh, these guys are the truth. Like, I want to be able to shoot like these guys, play defense like these guys. I want to be able to dominate like these guys.
Yeah.
And that was back when I had NBA dreams. When I was like 8 years old.
Everyone had
NBA dreams. And so I was like, this can happen. This
Yeah.
can be me. And then as I grew older and realized the NBA dream wasn't possible, I still like took over Kobe's mindset of Mamba mentality. Like he inspired me so much, like to the point where it was off the court as well.
Yeah.
Because of his work ethic. And I think that's what a lot, like I cried the day after Kobe passed away.
Yeah.
Because everything was just like kind of settling in.
Yeah.
Because I always like looked at him. I look at Giovanni Ruffin. I look at D Wade for like inspiration and work ethic. And like when I'm not feeling motivated, I'll go watch a video of them.
Yeah.
And so he really did inspire me to like a good extent.
Yeah. I was never like a huge fan of Kobe when he was playing, and I feel like that's a lot of people after he's passed. What I've seen on social media is a lot of people saying like, I was never a fan of him as a basketball player, but I was as a person.
Oh yeah.
And like, I didn't never had a reason to not like him. It's just like I never rooted for the Lakers, so like I always respected his game and like knew he was a beast, but like. There were so many people that hated on him on it during his career.
I mean, like, I would jokingly hate on him just because I was like, Dwayne Wade's the best.
Yeah.
But everyone knows Dwayne Wade wasn't better than Kobe.
Yeah, and, like, I feel like, obviously there's people that hate on LeBron just because, like, there's people always like to hate on like the GOATs.
Yeah.
But, like, even with Kobe, like, people would hate on him, but deep down you knew that, like.
You knew he was so
he
good.
was the best.
He was so good.
I guess what I'm saying is I wasn't like ever a diehard Kobe basketball fan, but what happened was after he retired, like I'm a big fan of interviews and like seeing like actors and athletes and singers outside of their element, like in interviews or like in real life and seeing what they talk about. And so I watched all these clips and like these interviews of Kobe and like this clip actually resurfaced after he passed that I had seen a while ago that I absolutely loved. And it was I guess some like reporter was filming or somebody was filming the Lakers practice and it like stopped, like he stopped the practice kind of in like the middle of it and everybody was standing there and he starts walking off the court and it's hard to hear, but he's
like, you're soft.
Yeah, he's basically yelling, calling his team soft. And he said something along the lines of like, if I want to be the best and I'm trying to get better today, how the fuck am I supposed to do that if you guys aren't giving a shit? Like,
yeah.
And he literally walked off the court because his team wasn't like giving it 100%. And it's just, it was so cool to me to see debatably the best player of all time, like still go that hard in a practice when he's making hundreds of millions of dollars. He could easily just like not go as hard every single day and he's still going to be fine. He's still going to be.
He wanted to be the best.
But he wanted to be the best.
He wanted to be the best.
And dude, I love stuff like that. And I also loved, when he retired, they asked him how he wanted to be remembered, and he said something along the lines of like, I want to be remembered as somebody that does have a God-given gift and talent for basketball, but I didn't take it for granted, and I still trained like I was the 12th man on the team.
Yeah.
And he was like, a lot of people, I mean, I think the idea was that a lot of people have this like insane talent, but they don't do anything with it because they're just like already the best. But like to be the GOAT, you got to go hard all the time.
You got to have the talent and the work ethic.
Yeah. And that, dude, that's what's like scary about anything in life. That's a person you don't want to have to compete with, is somebody that's naturally better than you and working harder
than you. Or like working as hard as you.
Yeah.
And that's like the Will Smith quote that I always like think back to. I think you know it. It's like, if we're both on the treadmill, I'm going to die on the treadmill before like I get off before you.
Yeah. It's awesome. And like, I don't know, man. It's really sad. Obviously, you guys have probably heard everybody talking about it. So,
but also after he passed away, over social media, like what really made me respect him more was everything they were saying about him being a father and a dad. And I was like, damn, I didn't know he was that good of a dad. And he really, after his basketball career, his new career was like lifting up his daughters and setting up a life and career for them. And I was like, that's awesome. Like that's.
Yeah. He started like an entire basketball club.
Like Mamba Academy or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called. Something Mamba. But yeah, man. And apparently his daughter was like only 13, but she was like on pace to be like really, really good. But yeah, and like my dad and my sister played high school basketball. My dad has coached girls basketball for like, I don't know, like probably like 15 to 20 years total. And so like they're both really invested in girls basketball. My sister's a coach now, and like they really loved what he was doing because he was bringing a lot more respect to like girls basketball.
Yeah, and the
like
WNBA.
yeah, and like because he was associated with this and started his academy, it was like taken a lot more seriously, and people cared more about it and stuff. So yeah, I think I don't know, he did a lot for basketball as a whole, but especially girls basketball after he retired. But yeah, I don't know, I want to just at least talk a little bit about it.
Yeah.
Relating to 24, Kobe's number.
Yes.
Relating to 24, I spent 24 hours
in
a gym.
All right.
So I want to talk about my experience.
22.
Okay. Actually, technically 20.
Oh.
I didn't spend 24 hours, but you best believe I'm going to title this video, I lived in a gym for 24 hours is going to be the title. And I don't fucking care if it's clickbait, because I gave it my all, and I didn't work that hard to put 20 hours in the title.
Oh.
So, yeah, for those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about, I make videos on my own personal YouTube channel called The Narwhal. And recently I've been doing like some fitness videos because I didn't know what else to upload, and I'm into like lifting and stuff. Shim got me really into it. But I wanted to do something different. Like, I don't just want to be like, how to increase your bench press, and then just be like a douchey, like, oh, hey guys, Gymshark guy here.
So today I'm coming at you with a nice bench press superset.
Be sure to smack that like button with your dick.
Yeah. Subscribe with your biceps.
Yeah. Not trying to be that. So I was like, what can I do to be like a little different, a little more fun? And Kyle actually gave me the idea to do 24 hours in a gym, because the gym is open
24-hour fitness.
Yeah, it's open 24 hours a day. And if I'm paying $44 a month for a membership, I better get my money's worth, right? So I decided I would just vlog the experience, because there's these videos on YouTube that go pretty viral and get a lot of views of like, it was probably like 5 years ago, but people would do like living in Walmart for 24 hours.
Oh yeah,
which is a lot more ballsy, because they literally shut down the store at some point, or like living in Target. So people would like hide behind like the paper towels or something. They would take them off the thing, then they would hide inside, then stack them back up and wait until the store closes so no one knows they're in there. God. And then they'll like fuck around in the middle of the night. So anyways, I decided to do that at a gym, and it was miserable.
Because a gym is not Walmart.
Exactly, dude. I quickly realized like there's not a whole lot to do
There's
here.
not.
And I want to just talk about some things I experienced along the way. But the biggest thing I realized is like, when you get tired, all you want is like a good place to like sit.
Yeah.
But there was like no good place to sit. I mean, there's like kind of chairs in the lobby.
Oh yeah.
But like I didn't want to go sit in the lobby because I didn't want the employees to be like, dude, why have you been like in this gym for like 18 hours today? Like, why are you just sitting here? Because then they would start questioning me, and then they might see that I'm filming stuff. So I had to be kind of sneaky. And like, so by hour like 16, dude, all I wanted to do was just like lay down or sit on something comfortable.
What about the yoga mat right around the corner, you know, behind the lobby?
Yoga mat?
Like the padded area?
Oh, I didn't even lay on that thing.
I would have slept on that thing.
Oh, and it's kind of hidden in a corner. Yeah, I didn't even think of that. But so I wrote down a few different things that I experienced along the way that were kind of interesting. So first of all, a few hours in, Kyle and Shim came to visit me. Mm-hmm. That was fun. They were there for a few hours, had a good workout.
Can I say something right?
Yeah.
When Kyle and I were leaving, we had played like 3 or 4 games of basketball in total, like 21. We played Pig.
We were playing basketball for like an hour and a half or 2 hours.
So right before Kyle and I leave, John's like, you sure you guys want to play another one? And Kyle and I are like, no, like we're tired. And when we left, Kyle and I were talking about it. We're like, wow, John really did not want us to leave. He looked miserable.
Dude, I didn't want you guys to leave. What the fuck was I supposed to do? I did this solo, so my only source of entertainment was like hoping that somebody I knew would be there. So I convinced you guys, and I actually got you guys to stay there for a while.
For a while, yeah.
You were there for like 3 hours. Yeah, so I have a few different notes here of things that happened. One, an old guy came in to take a dump right next to me at 1 a.m. So keep in mind, this is like a Saturday, and there's hardly anybody. There's like no one there at 1 a.m. on a Saturday. There's maybe like 5 other people in the whole gym, and then the cleaning crew. So I chose like the cleanest looking toilet, which happened to be the middle one. So this guy came and he sat.
Oh, middle toilet. That's rough.
Yeah. And like he sat down in the one next to me. And fortunately for me, I was like done pooping already. I just had to wipe because I always feel weird if like someone comes and sits next to me and it's quiet. I don't want them to hear that like my pooping sounds. Like I don't want them to hear like stuff hitting the water.
Yeah, I feel that.
Because like I just feel weird. I mean, of course they're doing the same thing, but it's just weird of them hearing it. Like I wish I could just poop in silence, but it doesn't work. Dude, but this guy just came in on firing on all cylinders. He sits down and I just hear and
that pre-workout poop, man.
Yeah. And he starts grunting. He's like,
dude, so many people do that. So many people do that at the gym.
I'm like, dude, do you have to grunt? I don't know about you. Do you grunt when you
No.
Like if I'm like constipated or really in pain, maybe I'll grunt.
I'll go like, ah.
Yeah.
Like that's a constipated poop right there.
Yeah.
Not like a
And if I just have a regular poop, I'm not going to be grunting at all. So anyways, this guy is just going really hard as he's just destroying the toilet. I wipe and I get up to go wash my hands. And then I'm washing my hands and then I hear him flush. And like he comes out and I like kind of see in the mirror, like I don't directly turn and look at him, but I look at him through the mirror. And it's this like older man, probably like 50 or something, like almost bald. And he like walks out, looks at the sink, pauses, and then just walks out. He just doesn't even wash his hands. I'm like, dude, are you kidding me? You just like annihilated this toilet.
He just thought about it. He thought about washing his hands. He's like,
yeah, too much effort.
Too much effort. Like, I'll do it tomorrow.
Yeah, and like, I don't know, man. If there had to have been poop particles all over that stall, and like he definitely, even if he didn't touch his own poop, like even if he was very careful about his wiping scenario, you're still going to get poop particles on you because you touch the handle. Yeah. You're just in the bathroom.
You're in a public bathroom.
Yeah. And and the fact that like, I might give him a pass if he didn't know I was there and I secretly saw him contemplate washing his hands and then walk away. That's still gross, but it's not as bad. But the fact that I was just standing there, he saw me, looked at if he wanted to wash his hands, and then walked away. I'm like, you are a foul human being. Okay, so that was one thing. Then all of this happened after 1 a.m. because 1 a.m. to 5 a.m. in a gym on a Saturday night is a weird place to be because like all the weirdos come out around that. I saw this guy in like the yoga room. There's just like this open room where like you can go and stretch. There's like classes where it's literally just a hardwood floor and it's just wide open.
It's just like a studio.
Yeah. And there was a guy in there at like 1:30. He probably went there late on purpose because he didn't want anybody bothering him, but he was doing this like juggling routine thing. He was filming himself, but it was like not regular juggling. It was like, so you know, like the people that like throw batons in the air, those girls, there's like baton twirlers.
Yeah.
It's like a baton and they do like 720s and then catch them behind their back and shit. It was kind of like that, but it wasn't a baton. It was like 2 balls that were like the size of softballs, but there was 2 balls and they were connected by like a string.
Yeah, I seen that thing before.
And I don't know, but he was doing this like routine with it, and I don't know what the hell it was. I never seen it in my life. Yeah, it was like this like 35-year-old white guy, like kind of like he didn't look like he was in that good a shape.
I was gonna suspect Asian or Indian.
No, it was this white guy, and he was like had his camera set up filming him doing this routine. So he looked pretty good, but I didn't want to like stare for that long.
Yeah, well, I would have went in and be like, "Hey, can I hop in when you're done?
Yeah.
Can we switch off these sets?"
I know. It was weird though, and then I went back later to go check, and he disappeared. So maybe he just had to film one routine and then dip out. But anyways, a few more things. There was a point when my body was so exhausted, like I was so just out of everything. I was mentally, physically tired. And like I started getting sick, and I was worried I was going to get sick because my body, the way I react to like lack of sleep is I start with a sore throat, and then I get like a head cold, and then I'll just get really sick if I don't get enough sleep. And it happens all the time. And so I was like, oh God, I'm starting to get sick. And then I reached a point where like I felt like I transcended reality. Like, I know
you're up for 18 hours,
dude.
You're just tripping on life,
dude. I know it was only 18 hours, and like a lot of people stay up for like 3 days at a time,
like Matt Mogg.
Yeah, like a lot of people can do that, but for me, I've never even pulled an all-nighter. And the fact that on top of that, I literally was working out
for like 10 hours
for like a whole day straight. Like I had to have shot like 2,000 to 3,000 shots in the gym. I did a full back workout. I did a 10 reps on every single machine in the gym.
Yeah.
So like I would walk, and then just to stay awake, I would walk on the treadmill. I would walk on the Stairmaster. I would bike. So I don't know. I got to a point where like maybe transcended reality is a little extreme, but I got to a point where like I didn't care about anything. Like nothing bothered me, dude. Like I was so out of it, and I was just laying on the floor looking at the clock, and I was like, this is what it is. I was like, I'm not upset. I'm not happy. I'm just here. And it was weird because usually my brain's always racing. I'm thinking about things. But in this scenario, I just didn't care about anything. And I was like I was filming a clip. And usually I get a little worried that someone's going to see me filming. They're going to maybe get me in trouble because I'm not supposed to be filming in the gym. But like I was just filming, and I was like, I don't care. They can see me, but like nothing mattered anymore. And it was a nice feeling. So I don't know if you can relate, if you've ever had that. Because you and I have talked about how after a long workout, like a really hard workout, and your body's just depleted, it's like a good feeling.
Yeah.
You're like so chilled out, kind of, you know?
Yeah. But, I mean, like, I still have worries.
Yeah, you still like mentally have
I'm
like
still
anxieties
mentally there.
Or
yeah.
nerves.
I'd say, I don't know.
Yeah, it was just weird because I got to a point where like I didn't care about anything. Anyway.
I get to that point when I'm drunk, when I don't care about anything.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah, dude, it's so. I was talking to Kyle about that the other episode where like when I'm drunk, I could get arrested and I don't think I would care.
I would just like kind of think it's funny until I sober up and like, shoot, I am arrested.
Yeah, it's so weird how like when you're drunk, you have so much more confidence and like
no, Ossifer, I'm not drunk.
Yeah. And like you're willing to do and say things when you're drunk.
Yeah,
that,
it's
like,
just like, why?
Yeah. I don't know. That's like that's my favorite part about being drunk.
Yeah.
Like if I could take,
it's the confidence juice.
Yeah. If I could take a pill where I'm like still mentally, like I'm totally sober, but it breaks down all my social barriers.
The anxiety and everything.
That would be awesome, dude.
If I could just live life like a normal person.
Yeah. All right. So then another crazy thing. This was 2 a.m, so it's like really late. I thought I was the only one in the gym, and then I go out of this room where I was just chilling to get some water, and there's a guy like running pretty fast on the treadmill, like maybe not a full out sprint, but maybe like 80%, like pretty quick pace. He has a red headband, like a sweatband on, so like a white guy with like long hair with a headband, and he was shadow boxing the air. As he was running. Dude, this guy, I don't know what he was doing, but he was like almost sprinting, and as he was going, he'd be like, ooh, 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 and then he'd keep running, and he'd be, ooh, ooh, ooh. And he was making noises and stuff, and I was like, man, this guy, I want to know how he got to this point where he's at this gym just, dude, he was like kind of like grunting and yelling, and like it's just the cleaning crew like walking around kind of like looking at this guy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so... Oh, and then the last thing that I have here, I don't remember driving home.
Really?
Like, obviously, I got home and I remember being home, but like, I think I was like just so out of it that like I don't remember getting home, and so it's kind of dangerous.
There's a word for that when it's like you forget because you're so used to taking that road. And
Yeah,
driving thing, like you just forget.
Yeah.
It's like a term for that.
Yeah. I know what you mean. I've heard of it, but yeah, it's just one of those roads where like I've driven it so many times.
It's just the lake road. It's just going straight from the gym.
Yeah, so I know exactly how to go. But yeah, so anyways, guys, that was my experience living at the gym. Don't recommend it. Not fun. I thought that this would be like the video still turned out cool, and ultimately I just did it for the video. Like if I didn't make videos, I never would have done that. But I thought that it would have been a more like rewarding experience, kind of like running the marathon when you're done.
Yeah, there's just not a lot you can do in a gym. Like after the first 4 hours, you're like, I've completed everything I can.
Yeah, and the thing is like your bot with like these challenges, if it's something mental, you can like overcome it.
Yeah.
If it's a mental challenge, but when it comes to
physically, like your body's gonna give out.
Yeah, like my body after hour 10 was like, dude, why are you still here?
The human body is the human body. Like no matter how savage you are, it's gonna give out on you.
Yeah. And so for all the health fitness gurus or so-called gurus, I know that the shit wasn't smart. I know it's not good for my body. And so
but like sometimes you just gotta just sack up and be a savage.
Yeah, just grit your teeth and just get it done.
Just do it. Just do it.
Overall, probably like a 3 out of 10 experience. It was fun for a little bit. But anyways, moving on here. What do you think of double stuffed Oreos? Or what do you think of Oreos? What are your opinions on Oreos?
Honestly, the regular Oreos I used to be a fan of. I was like, oh, these are really good. But now, ever since I had double stuff, I can't go back to regular.
Well, okay.
Double stuffed is so good. But the mega stuff, dude, no. That's way too much. Double stuffed is perfect.
So there's a fine line between how much stuffing you want.
Exactly. Like the cookie ratio to stuffing ratio isn't enough with the regular Oreo. But the double stuffed, oh, dude. I'll take down I could take down a whole thing. Yeah.
Okay. See, I'm gonna argue. I'm gonna debate with you here.
Okay.
I think regular Oreos are the best, and then double stuff, and then mega stuff. But I'm even a fan of the ultra thin ones, like the super
ultra thin.
There's like thin ones.
Yeah. Honestly, I like those thin ones the best.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Those just, I don't know.
You feel like you're eating less, but
no, they taste differently. They taste. I don't know.
Yeah, but I don't know. The other day I was at Fred Meyer and like there was the regular double stuff and mega stuff all for the same price. So I'm if I'm trying to get the bang for my buck, I should probably go for the mega stuff. But then I was thinking the number of cookies they put in there might be different because maybe the mega stuff take up more space.
Okay.
So maybe they put in, I don't know. So, but then I've had regular so many times in my life, I'll go with the double stuff, and I was really disappointed. I don't know.
The double stuff?
Yeah, I don't know,
love
man.
The double stuff, man.
I just felt like the classic Oreos are so perfect to me. And I don't know, like, when I eat an Oreo, I know a lot of people eat them for the stuff. But I don't eat them for the stuffing. I eat for the combination of the cookie and the stuff.
The cookie's really good. The Oreo cookie is really good.
Yeah, we need to stop shitting on the Oreo cookie, man. People are like, oh, it's just like a black disc on top. And I'm like, no.
It's chocolate.
It's a good cookie. Yeah, man. I mean, I don't really want to know how they make it.
Yeah.
It's probably really gross.
Probably all fake.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I was kind of disappointed with that. But anyways, Shim, do you have anything else you want to talk about, or should we hop into the segments?
I have a few things that I'll just kind of go over because they were really interesting.
Okay.
This first one was in South Africa, there is a gin made with elephant poop.
Gin, like alcohol.
Alcohol, yeah. G-I-N. Not J-I-N. G-I-N. Okay. It's made with elephant dung. And apparently the botanicals, the stuff inside elephant poop, I don't know if it's nutritious, but it's good for you or something. And so they put it inside a gin. And the gin doesn't look brown, obviously.
Yeah, it's just like a hint of elephant poop.
A hint of elephant poop. But there's alcohol with elephant poop out there, so if you want to try that,
interesting,
go for it.
Is it like popular, or is it new, or?
Yeah, it's pretty new. Yeah, I think within like last month at least.
Okay.
And then, have you ever heard of where the name kangaroo comes from?
No.
So apparently, there's a myth that the indigenous people, they only...
Like Native Americans? Or what type of indigenous people are we talking about? Probably
not indigenous people, sorry. I guess it says European settlers.
Okay.
So, but the European settlers also met with indigenous people, so I don't know.
So the people that came over and
some people in Australia
killed all the Native Americans.
Some people like in Africa or Australia, wherever the first kangaroo was seen. All right.
Okay.
I don't know like where they saw it, but I just know the origins of the name kangaroo.
Okay.
And apparently the myth is one of the people, because they never went inland. All the water and resources were outside, like on the by the water.
Yeah.
And so they never had to go inland. And so when they went inland for the first time, they saw a kangaroo, and they're like, and the European settler was like, "What is that?" And then the indigenous person in his native language was like, "Kangaroo," like as in like I don't know. But then the European settler was like, "Oh, kangaroo," but like he had no idea. It was like I don't know, because it means apparently kangaroo means like I don't know.
Oh, that.
And so he was like, I don't know.
In their native language, it literally means I don't know.
That's the myth. That's a really popular myth or like story.
Oh.
And so I believed that for the longest time.
Okay.
And so recently I found out that myth isn't true.
Oh.
But it's a cool story, right? Like,
yeah.
I still like to believe that the Native American person was like, kangaroo.
Yeah. How do we know it wasn't true?
How do we know that kangaroo isn't? I don't know.
Obviously, we don't have a way to prove it, but how are we going to say that isn't true?
Yeah. How are we going to discredit that man for saying kangaroo?
Yeah. Wait, so does kangaroo actually does mean I don't know in their native language? Or do we?
That's what I have to research more about.
Okay. But let's just go with it.
But let's just go with it because it's some good content.
Yeah. Yeah, our show is not about getting facts right. It's about a potential fact and what that would mean.
I have a hunch, and this could be something fun to talk about.
Yeah. I've always been kind of like, I've said this many times, but I'm always scared of like, I've always had a fear of animal movies or like animation where it's an animal that like is human-like.
Oh.
So like Cat in the Hat, I don't like, and like,
dude, even Scooby.
Yeah,
okay, the cartoon Scooby-Doo is fine, but like the real life movie
Yeah,
one,
yeah.
I was like, no.
Yeah, so those always scared me. But another thing in particular, when I was little, I saw Kangaroo Jack, which I don't know if you know.
Yeah, I love Kangaroo Jack.
No, dude, it's horrifying. The fact
so
that this
funny.
kangaroo is like, it's a comedy, but I got like nightmares when I was little, and so a couple years ago, I actually like with a friend tried to watch it again, and I had to turn it off, dude. Like as like a 20-year-old, I just couldn't watch it.
Jack Black's in that, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. But it's just like I get why it's funny, but I don't know, something about it gives me these vibes of like spirits or like hauntings. Like I just feel like if I was being haunted, that like that's the type of shit I would see, and it would be like my pets, but like human like. Like imagine your dog, but it was like a human-sized version of Bentley, and he walks in with a dog face, but he can talk like a human. Wouldn't that scare you?
Be like, Bentley, you can finally talk.
You're like, hey, what's up, boy?
You want to go outside? He'd be like, no. I'd be like, thank you.
It's like, dude, I want to play Fortnite. That'd be so sick. If like your pets like they had evolutions like in Pokemon. So like after 10 years of having them, he grew into like a teenager, and then after 10 more years he grew into like a full-blown adult, and he could just like hang out with you. Yeah. Dude, and every single human had like their counterpart pet that would like follow them around, and they were all, so like our friend group, like I would have like Rosie, and Rosie would be like a really stupid homie that would hang out with us. You would have Bentley, who was probably like super buff.
He would try and seem pretty buff, but he's just like a small dog inside, like in real life.
Yeah. And then Kyle would have like his
one of his cats. Probably Eddie, the fat cat.
Yeah, he'd have a really fat guy, and we'd all just like hang out together. That'd be so cool.
Yeah. Or at least like make a leash, like an up, where you can understand the dog. My master made this leash so I could speak.
Yeah, so like they're actually barking, but it just translates.
Yeah.
How have we not invented that?
I know. Or at least deciphered a little bit of dog language.
Yeah.
When you had Rosie, would she ever just like kind of look at you and like you would know like, oh, you have to go outside? Because Bentley can look at me and I'm like, what? And he'll just like kind of like look at me
and
a certain look, and I'm like, you need to go outside,
dude.
And we have like a really strong connection.
You guys can speak like telepathically just through his eyes.
I'm like, oh, okay.
That's cool, dude. I never had that. My dog was always really dumb though, but like,
yeah,
it's crazy how dogs, at least when I had Rosie could tell when something was wrong. Like, if I was sad, or like if like I remember this one time, I think like we had like a family member die, and like everyone was just kind of sitting around, and like Rosie came up and like was like pushing her head against me, like crying, like trying to like comfort me. And I'm like, how did you
Yeah,
know that?
We don't deserve dogs.
Dude,
dogs
we
are
don't.
the best, dude.
Like, how do you possibly comprehend that? You are so smart.
I know. And for all the cat people out there, I love cats. I love all animals. But dogs are superior.
Dude, yeah, like, I love all animals, but I just can't. I don't understand, like.
And, like, when you're leaving, or, like, at least for my family, when we're leaving, we don't even, before we even, like, head out the door, he just knows.
Yeah.
Like when we're about to like leave, like 5-10 minutes before we get in the car, he's just kind of like running around the house, like, where are you guys going? Where are you guys going?
Yeah. Yeah. If we were packing up to leave, our Rosie would like sit by the door.
Yeah.
Like trying to stop us from leaving. Yeah, I don't know. Dogs are crazy. And I love cats, but I don't understand how you could look at like what a cat offers to your life and what a dog offers and like want a cat more. And obviously, like
cats are more.
I'm not judging
and,
people. Like
you don't have to do as much.
Yeah, like there's reasons to like cats, and I guess there obviously are people that prefer cats, but like, dude, dogs are awesome.
A doggy.
Like, you can't play fetch with a cat.
Yeah,
you can't like grab a cat really hard and like snuggle with
cuddle with it. Yeah, I mean, just like. Well, some cats you can, but most will scratch and claw at you.
Yeah. That's what's different. Like, dogs, like, depend on us and, like, need us.
Cats are more independent and, like, fuck you. I'll need you when I need you.
Yeah, cats don't give a fuck about you. I've heard that, I don't know if they've proven this, but I've heard that, like, if a human was to, like, die in their apartment or something, that a dog would just, like, eventually... Like, a dog wouldn't eat the owner. Obviously, the dog would get really hungry and get to a point where it needs to be fed, but that the dog would just die along with its owner, whereas the cat would end up, like, eating the human or something.
Wow. A true lion.
Yeah.
A true lion.
So, I don't know if that's true, but, like, I think that just is to try and show the difference between, like, how cats don't give a fuck about you. I also feel like if you were to give a cat to, like, a different family... I don't think the cat would care as much.
Yeah. It'd be like, as long as they're getting fed and getting water, like...
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But dogs, like, they're like, what's wrong? Like, this is a different family.
Yeah, they have, like, a personal connection with you. Well, you have to get going to work, and you have a bunch of homework, so we're going to hop into the segments here. So, for those of you who are new or don't know, basically, today we have an A of the week, an F of the week, and a movie time segment. So, I'm going to go through them. Obviously, Shim is kind of like a fill-in guest here, so Shim doesn't have them, but he'll give his 2 cents. My A this week is our buddy Matt Mogg, because he performed his first ever live show, which is pretty exciting. If you guys remember, Matt has been on our podcast 2 separate times, on the 4th of July episode, and then a couple months ago, or around Christmas time, he released a Christmas album, and so he was on there as well. And he actually just did his first live concert. There was probably like, I don't know, 40 to 50 people there. So pretty low key still, but it was really cool for him. And he got to go through 12 of his own original songs. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, it was really cool. And I was there to photograph it and film it for him. And like, I don't know, I texted him after and I said something like, dude, I know like that was small and it's like a small venue.
Yeah, but like, that's so big in like terms of milestones and progression. And I know it's like it was at a church. It was really small, but honestly, like, I'm kind of jealous. Like, I wish I had my first show done, you know?
Yeah.
Like I haven't put out music, but like that's still a dream of mine. Like, to be performing, like, come on. You just did your first show. Like, you've been dreaming about this since you started this thing, and like you just did it.
Yeah, and it's like, dude, the fact that you just performed at all in front of any strangers,
and those people like loved you, like those were your friends out there like cheering you on.
Yeah, and I don't know, it's just regardless of the number of people there, I think for like a first show, as like an artist, it's just like a big barrier to like overcome and like realize that you can perform in front of people and do your own stuff. And yeah, I mean, he had a lot of fun, and it was really cool. So, Matt gets my A this week.
Well, that kind of, I didn't have an A, but I'll do an A.
Okay.
My A of the week is me.
Okay. What happened?
It's me in my dream. It's dream state, Jordan. So you just said it gives you like confidence that like you did your first show. You can you can go out there and dominate. You know you can go out there and perform. People will love you.
Yeah.
So like take that confidence and keep on going with it. In my dream, as some of you know, I want to become a personal trainer, or I'm studying and like doing school and all that to become one.
Yeah.
Knowledgeable, yes, but I don't like have the cert, quote unquote cert. But in my dream a couple nights ago, oh my God, I was talking like a professor. I was like, I was training someone and they were doing like a squat, and then I had to stretch them out and then do more squats. And in my dream, I was talking to them. I was like, yeah, your the glucose you eat and like the glycogen storage in your muscles and blah, blah, blah. And I was like talking like the gluteus maximus and the minimus and the glute med. And I'm like, I was just spitting out everything.
You knew every term.
I knew every term. And then I woke up and I was like, what? I was like, wait, because that dream proved to me that I know this shit.
Yeah.
I just have to have confidence in myself to like take the exam and like relay it to people. But I know it in my brain. It's in there. I've been studying. I've been putting in the work. I just have to like now just to take that confidence from my dream and like apply it,
That's cool because it proves to you that like you wouldn't have those knowledge of all those terms and how to apply them in your dream if it wasn't like somewhere in your brain already.
That's exactly it. When I woke up, that's what the reality of it hit. Like, so I was like, I do know this. Like, I always like doubted myself. I was like, I don't know well enough, or I need to study more, read more about it. But like in my dream, I was literally like saying like, yeah, so I really like need you to eat after this workout because your glucose is depleted, like your glycogen storage, like your muscles have been using all of it. And so you need to get your carbs up, your high fats and protein. And make sure like you eat between the 30 minutes and 1 hour after this workout. And like your tibia, your fibia, like your glutes. I was going off. And I was like, awesome. I know this.
Yeah, that's cool. I have times like that in life where there's something that I'm really knowledgeable about. And I feel like I know everything there is to know about it. But then if it comes to like explaining it, what I know and how I can explain it to myself, but trying to teach it to someone else, you kind of question yourself, like, do I really know this?
Exactly. You're like, am I saying this right? Like, because everything you're saying is all new to this person. And so, like, you have to be right or else they're going to, like, take bad information.
Yeah. And so that's cool, though, that you can.
And so you talking about Matt Mogg's confidence reminded me of my dream about my confidence.
Yeah. Moving on to my F of the week.
Yes.
I think you'll like this one. Now, I don't know if this is necessarily an F. You could debate that this is an A and like a total win.
Okay.
But for this guy in this moment, it was he probably failed. So headline is, man arrested for possessing pot, lights up joint in courtroom. So the suspect approached the bench to discuss his sentence, but instead expressed his views on legalizing marijuana before lighting up a marijuana cigarette and smoking it in front of the judge. So it says
that is so savage.
It is pretty savage, but it's probably not worth
anything though. Like you probably got a lot more time in jail.
Yeah. So the article starts by saying the rapper Afro Man famously
Afro Man.
That's not this guy's name. Afro Man is like a different artist. Like
I thought it was Afro Man who did it.
No.
I was like, what?
No. So it says the rapper Afro Man famously sang about how getting high on marijuana prevented him from going to court.
Okay.
A Tennessee man decided to combine the two when he lit a marijuana cigarette in the courtroom, authorities said. Is a marijuana cigarette just a joint?
I think so.
Okay. I'm like, what's a marijuana cigarette? Spencer Allen Boston, 20 years old. Wow, he's only 20 and he's going hard. Was arrested Monday and charged with disorderly conduct and simple possession after sparking up in the courtroom, news outlets reported. All right, so the sheriff said this guy's name is Boston. So the sheriff said Boston was in court Monday on a simple drug possession charge. All right, so he's in a state where marijuana is not legal yet.
So
he
just got caught with it.
That's just a simple drug possession charge. He could have just gone up
you could have just gotten a slap on the wrist and been like, all right, get out of here.
Yeah. So Boston approached the bench to discuss his sentence, but instead expressed his views on legalizing marijuana. He reached into his pocket, pulled out a joint, lit it, smoked it, and was immediately taken into custody.
Dude, about like...
The sheriff said the courtroom crowd chuckled. It's unclear whether Boston lit up a joint or a blunt. But Brian said... But the defender said marijuana did have a strong odor. What's the difference between a joint and a blunt? Is
A
one
joint is just rolled in paper. So like think of a cigarette, just paper rolled. A blunt is like tobacco leaf. Like
so one of them has tobacco, one of them
One of them is wrapped in tobacco, so like it's like smoking a cigarette and weed.
Oh, okay.
To get a nicotine buzz.
So a joint is less bad for you.
A joint is less bad, yes. Less bad.
So yeah, I don't know. I just thought that was hilarious.
And like you got to think the man probably lit it, go with the lighter, took one hit, and then he probably got tackled to the ground. Like he probably took one hit of it.
Well, maybe I don't know. Maybe the judge like let him do his thing and let him present his case.
Let him smoke it to the roach.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's
you
pretty
just
funny.
have to respect stuff like that. But the thing is like marijuana's already on like the incline when it comes to like popularity. Like like it's getting legalized in different states, and I just feel like for this guy to like potentially have something on his permanent record now to try and stand for legalizing marijuana, it's like, dude,
you have to be a big pothead to do that. Like a big stoner.
Like, dude, you could have just waited like in 4 years it'll probably be legal like everywhere. So just like chill out for a couple years, let it be illegal.
Like you got caught with it, just do it more secretively.
Yeah. What's your favorite type of marijuana to smoke? Like what's like your favorite way to ingest marijuana? Do you have like a go-to?
Honestly,
like if you could just pick.
Yeah, honestly, I smoke, but like I'm not a big smoker. Like edibles are fun. I like eating it.
So you prefer getting high without actually inhaling things.
Yeah. Because, well, with an edible, when you eat it, it usually takes like 45 to 60 minutes to kick in. Mm-hmm. You don't really know when it's gonna hit you, and so like you'll be watching something, and you go, huh. I'm kind of high.
Yeah, that's funny. You it's fair to say you're a fan of marijuana. Is that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll say it publicly.
You're not like I wouldn't say you're by any means a stoner, but
I would say back up at Western, like freshman, sophomore year of college,
there was
full on stoner. No, full on stoner. Like you could not deny that.
Okay.
Now much more casual. Like I do my shit during the day, and like as a way to relax or like play Xbox or like instead of drinking like a couple beers, I just get high.
Yeah. And but what's so interesting to me is like I've always known that you've been into it, but I've hardly ever seen you like smoke like a joint or like you said, you don't really like
I have my dab pen, but like I'm not a big smoker.
Yeah, like I don't see you hardly smoke anything. I don't really. I mean, I'm sure you have, but I've never like seen you that often like smoke a blunt or like.
Yeah, I've definitely put that in my past. Like that was back up at Western. I'm kind of just, I don't know. As I got older, I was kind of just like, I'm over it. It smells too much. It's too much work.
Yeah, and I feel like if you're just like trying to chill by yourself, going through the effort of like
smoking a whole joint, it's like drinking by myself. It's like
well,
I'm not gonna just do this by myself.
Yeah, you know? I mean, there are people that like to do that, but
if you do, enjoy it. Like, come on.
Yeah,
but not me.
Yeah. All right. Well, moving on. Shout out to Boston or whatever.
My F of the week. I don't know. I just thought of it. All those people saying like Rick Fox died in the helicopter crash.
Oh, yeah.
Like why are you spreading that news? Why?
Yeah.
Who on social media is like, oh, I'll start spreading this because I'll get a lot of likes? Like what reason did you have to say that these people died? And like that kind of like is a pet peeve of mine. Is like, why are you spreading that news?
Yeah. Don't report something. If you're just some random person that's verified, you shouldn't be like reporting stuff. Like report if you're an actual reporter or like a news outlet.
And you have sources, reliable sources, then report it.
Yeah,
but there were a few celebrities who were like I guess quote unquote dead from the helicopter crash, and then like 5 minutes later they were like, oh wait, no, this person is not dead. And I'm like, if I was that person, like Jordan Shim died in a helicopter crash, I'd be pissed. Go on Instagram Live and be like, no, I did not die.
Yeah, and like imagine if Rick Fox was like on vacation or something and his family sees the shit on Twitter, then they're gonna freak the fuck out for no reason, and maybe Rick Fox is taking a nap in Jamaica
or just like on a jet ski and he can't get to the phone.
Then everyone's gonna be like, oh my god, where is he, we haven't gotten in touch with him.
It's like,
I don't know,
shame on you guys on social media.
Yeah, that was a good one. Thanks. I like that. All right, moving on to the last segment here, movie time. So
I don't think I've seen this segment before.
okay. So yeah, I mean, we've only done it for like 6 or 7 episodes since we started the season 3.
I'm on episode like 103. You gotta give me time to catch up.
Yeah. So basically, if you guys are new around here, Movie Time is where it's my own personal segment where I just talk about a particular movie or show or video or something that I think you guys need to watch for whatever reason. So today we got a movie called Charlie Countryman. All right, sounds weird, but it's with Shia LaBeouf, and he's very like controversial. Some people love him, some people hate his guts.
I love him. I
think he's amazing. Shim quoted him earlier this episode.
This podcast.
So he's definitely a strange guy, and this movie is rated really poorly. It's rated like 28% or like 32% on Rotten Tomatoes, but that is bullshit, and I'll tell you why. I honestly think, I don't even think it's like a conspiracy. I think it's like a fact that Shia LaBeouf has had so many like things go on with like critics and like bad publicity basically around him for like many years that no matter what he's in, critics will shit on it because it's him, not because it's like a bad film.
Yeah.
And so anyways, I truly think this is like a great movie. There was nothing I didn't like about it, and I think that like it's called Charlie Countryman. I think it's on Amazon Prime, so if you guys have Amazon Prime, you can watch it. Otherwise, I'm sure there's some service where you can rent it. But like if it was any other actor other than Shia LaBeouf, I bet this movie would be like rated like 80 to 90%.
So what's it about? Give me like a brief.
So I don't want to give any spoilers, but
just like a nice trailer.
Basically, this guy named Charlie gets on this flight to go to Europe. I don't remember what for, but he's going somewhere in
Charlie
Europe.
Shia?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Charlie's on this plane, and this old man is sitting next to him, and on the plane, he like has a heart attack like mid-flight, and he like dies on the plane. But they can't, like, they're getting close to their destination. So anyways, they get to the ground, and he's like traumatized because the guy died right next to him on the plane. And then the daughter of this guy that died shows up at the airport, and it's like the guy's daughter, and they kind of fall in love. Like he falls in love with the daughter of this guy that just died. But anyways, she kind of like leaves, like she leaves the airport. He doesn't really know. He's going about his life. But then he's like, it's basically this mission to find this girl that he's in love with. But then all this crazy shit goes down because it turns out that she's like involved in like the gang world of Europe or some shit. That's
crazy.
And so she's involved with like some like drug lords or some shit. Whoa. And she's like important. And he goes to find her, and then all this shit happens. And it's like an action love movie. Whoa. But it's really good. And I don't want to give any spoilers, but my favorite movie scene of all time is in this movie. So I've tweeted it. I've shown like friends that my one all-time favorite scene is in this movie. And when you guys see it, if you see it, it's called the oyster scene. So you could look it up on YouTube, but the oyster scene is like the best scene ever. And I don't know. I just can't recommend this movie enough. And I think it's just...
Is it better than the Trunk movie that you really love?
Objectively, probably, yeah.
Okay.
But that's because, so there's this movie called Break that I show my friends where the whole movie's filmed in the trunk of a car. And I like it. Did you like it?
The ending was kind of disappointing, but I did enjoy the movie.
Okay, yeah. So, I don't know. I definitely have weird taste in movies, but I feel like it is my duty to share to the world this misinformation that Charlie Countryman is bad, because it's not. It is a good movie. Go watch it.
All right.
Shim, what have you been watching? Like, what's been your go-to thing recently?
Right now, I'm on the Narcos grind. So, I know, I'm way behind. I just finished Breaking Bad, and now I'm on a Narcos. All right. Slow down, everyone. But yeah, I'm on the Narcos grind. End of season 2 right now. I know you and Kyle have talked about it before, but it's crazy that Pablo Escobar had that much power and money over people in Colombia.
Right?
Like
he was like a god.
He could just buy people off and be like, "Hey, don't give my position up."
Yeah. No one could do anything because the entire government was like paid off by him. It's wild.
It was like only the military that wasn't, and like the DEA.
Yeah.
But my coworker, I haven't seen this movie, but he recommended it to me. It's called The Ritual.
Okay.
And it came out in 2017. It's a mystery / thriller.
Okay.
It's 6.3 out of 10 on IMDb.
Oh, that's bullshit.
Yeah, fuck that. He said it was really good. So, reunite. I'll just give you a brief trailer. Reuniting after the tragic death of their friend, 4 college pals set out to hike through the Scandinavian wilderness. A wrong turn leads them into a mysterious forest where an ancient evil exists and stalks them at every turn. And so it's pretty much just them in a Scandinavian forest.
Dude,
I
fuck
wanna,
that.
No, I'm pumped. I want to watch it.
I mean, I've done to watch it, but dude,
It'd be so scary.
anything like stuck in the wilderness
Oh, I know.
with spirits.
Like Cabin in the Woods or whatever. Like,
no. Or like the Blair Witch Project.
Blair Witch Project, dude, yeah.
Fuck that. Yeah. I'm down to watch it.
Yeah.
We can have a boys' horror night.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Also, there was like a Silence of the Lambs 2 when we watched 1917. Remember that preview?
Oh.
Silence of the Lambs 2?
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
I was like, oh my God.
Oh, damn, dude, because the original Silence of the Lambs is like 1980s or something. Damn, that's exciting.
Yeah, crazy.
Cool. Well, on that note, guys, we're going to wrap it up here. Maybe a little shorter episode than usual, but Shim's got to go to work, and I got to go eat.
Yeah, and edit.
So thank you all so much for listening to this episode of Peak to Middle School. There are new episodes of this show every single Monday and Thursday, and we will not miss an episode. That is our commitment to you guys. So I just want to say something pretty crazy has happened. A couple days ago, we got 540 downloads in a day.
In a day?
In a day.
Wow.
Our previous record was like 180. And then we got 540 somehow. So I don't know if it got on like some like trending like podcast playlist on Spotify or something. But anybody new, thank you all so much for checking it out. Like our previous monthly record was 1374 for the month of December. And this month we're already at like 2350.
Oh.
So we're like 1,000 more. So
exponential growth.
That's the goal. So anyways, if you guys have been telling your friends, please keep doing it. Keep sharing the show.
Please airdrop everywhere you can. Just the podcast, like especially at the airport. That's really helpful.
Yeah. So you guys can get our logo on like Instagram, and then, or you could get the link in our bio on Instagram that like gives every single link to every place to find our podcast. And if you're at a concert, you go and you try and airdrop it, and you airdrop it to just every single person
so
there.
Funny. It's so funny.
So if any of you guys, wow. If any of you guys want to do that, that would be awesome. But anyways, thank you all so much. Shim, where can they follow you?
On Instagram, jshimfit. I'm just going to give you my Instagram.
Yeah. So Shim, obviously, like he said, he's trained to become a trainer, a personal trainer, really into fitness.
Mm-hmm. But I post workouts and inspirational quotes on my Instagram. Well, it used to be daily, but I've been making more videos and higher quality. So hopefully I'll be posting more soon. But yeah, give me a follow. Yeah,
if you guys need any training, if you want like a program or something, slide into those DMs, hit them up. You guys can follow me at Hey Narwhal on Instagram and Twitter. You can also check out my YouTube channel called The Narwhal, where I'm finally back posting videos.
Yes. You just posted your freaking.
I did a 100 rep incline bench challenge. That was last week, but then the day that this episode is going up on Monday, I'm releasing the 24-hour gym challenge. So the day you guys are listening or after, it's already up on my YouTube channel. So go check it out.
So yeah, go to that channel after this.
Yeah. So thank you all so much. Have a great day, and we'll see you guys next time.
See ya.